What am I? I wish I was a butterfly. I'd fly and fly until it was my time to die. It's creeping in again. I know what I really am. I'm no more pretty, purple, peaceful butterfly. Come see the blood that's in my bed. Come hear the things that nobody talks about. Shut up your mouth. Shame on you. Shame. Come grab my hands. They won't come clean. Come sit with me while I walk pressing in on me. Shadow that light. Shame on you. Shame on me.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Welcome back. It's time for another episode of Marvel Galaxies featuring the Children of the Blindfather. Thanks to Captain Martin for letting us know that our mics were hot through the little preview scene there. So at least we know the mics are working this week. So that's good. For those of you that are just joining us, thank you for coming back. We're back on track now with our ongoing storyline, and thank you for coming back after our little hiatus. Just a reminder, our merch stores are up and running with lots of t-shirts and paraphernalia. And Christy, you're wearing one right now. If you wouldn't mind showing the audience what you're wearing there. That's from our other Marvel campaign, Orphans of the Blip. That's our lovable little cat, Mr. Cuddlebear there. But we've got t-shirts just like that, lots of other different things from all of our shows, and we've got links on our YouTube channels and in the descriptions of all of our podcast episodes that'll take you directly to Teespring and TeePublic stores for Dreamslayer Studios. And if you like what you see here tonight, do please consider supporting us on Patreon right up here. There are a lot of sneak peeks, behind-the-scenes info, and perks that can be found as a supporter. And I'm hoping to continue to up the production value, and as you can see, your support is going to right into our studio, as evidenced by my new lighting here in the Dreamslayer Studios headquarters. So, all that's out of the way, let's refresh your memory on what happened last episode on Marvel Galaxies. The Children of the Blindfather journeyed through the Purple Lotus Swamp to a long-forgotten temple of Set to rescue their new companion Maximus and the kind hermit known as Uncle Iroh from the clutches of Thoth-Amun and the Serpent Society. After a failed first attempt, Usaria turned back the clock to give the Children of the Blindfather a second shot at breaking down the barrier that blocked their path from the summoning ritual to bring forth the ancient serpent god Set. Armed with the knowledge of their failed battle, the family concocted a plan that broke the barrier and quickly thwarted the plans of the evil sorcerer and the serpent mercenaries under his thrall. However, their victory was short-lived, as the temple began to crumble around them. Rushing back the way they came, the family emerged just as the temple fell. Returning to their caravan with Maximus and Uncle Iroh in tow, they came upon a troubling scene. Jace, the youngest member of the family, who had succumbed to the Terrigen mists a few days ago, trapped inside a gestating cocoon, was undergoing a transformation. Maximus was horrified. The transformation was coming too soon. as the family helplessly watched the cocoon burst open, spewing a pinkish liquid, the only remains of their beloved Jace. Mourning the loss of their youngest member, Thalia became aware of something moving within the puddle that was once her younger cousin. An eyeball that blinked one time, followed quickly by a horrifying wail. Jace is alive. But how? So, I think we ended last episode with a terrible wail coming from the puddle of Jace. And Jace, you are now, I mean, really just kind of coming to consciousness after being, basically in what really kind of relates to a coma for the last couple of days. You really don't have much of a recollection of what happened. All you know now is your entire body just can feel everything. You're ultra sensitive. The air, the breeze that is flowing by is almost like razor blades. And you have no sense of space. You don't know where your body is. You know you're physically present, but you can't really quite tell what's going on. And that eyeball that kind of plopped out of the goo is now kind of rolling a little bit, and so you're kind of dizzy and so forth. And it's very, very difficult for you to communicate at all. So I'm going to kind of leave it up to you guys here now that you have watched this horror show commence. Since Thalia is not here with us tonight, I'm going to say that from the sheer shock of that wail, she just passed out and has fallen into the arms of her father, Clag. And so I'll leave it to you guys now to kind of figure out exactly what you're going to do about this.
Yeah, guys, we can do.
Is there any way to discern if what I'm looking at is damage? Is there so like
He's moist. I mean,
if would healing, is there any way to tell if healing is something that would maybe bridge the gap from where he's at?
I mean, there's really no way to tell, but I mean, if that's your instinct, it's certainly something you could try.
I mean, the only thing that I feel like I know how to do is to try and either absorb some of whatever is damaging my son into me, and see if I can restore some sense of balance or healing or center to my son. I think it's the only thing that I could think of to even try to do.
All right. Well, why don't you give that a try?
All right. So I'm going to be using what I'm assuming here would be biophysical control.
Okay.
Does my description more or less kind of give a sense of already of what it is I'm trying to accomplish?
So I mean, yeah, basically you're kind of taking the damage from him and trying to move it into yourself, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make that roll.
Would that make him gooey?
I'll call Karma. I click harder. There we go. I apologize if that goes a couple times.
That's all right. So 56 puts you at a yellow, and then to get that up to a red.
No, I'm at a green on the incredible table.
Oh, you're at a green. Oh, somebody else rolled something. Oh, there we go. Okay, never mind. My little thing wasn't catching up there. So, okay, green on incredible. So to get that up to a yellow, you need a 61.
Oh, okay, got it. So just the 10 would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Done with these.
All right, so I mean, normally you have to touch someone to be able to do that. So
I would stick my fingers. Like
clear. So you stick your fingers in the puddle of goo that used to be your son, and try to siphon whatever damage it was that caused this to him. And you are like, normally you feel pain when you do something like this. You're not getting any pain back on this whatsoever. Jace, you can feel the pressure of Griffin's fingers within your presence. You can't pinpoint where it is, and you feel a bit of a warmth that does come along with that, and that's probably the activation of that ability. And you've probably been on the receiving end of this before, so you kind of know what that feels like. But it's not making you feel better, but you're getting a little bit of a sense of space just by the physical touch of him. So I'm going to
So can I be like, Father, and just kind of use that to try to focus?
Yeah. Do you say that, Father?
Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay. So you hear Griffin, Father.
Jace, I'm right here. I'm trying to help.
If you will, Jace, I think you should have access to the updated character sheet.
I think so.
And if you would roll the first power that you see there on the character sheet, I'll have you do that. Okay. So, Griffin, you hear your son's voice, Father, and a hand forms out of the goo and grabs hold of your hand, like so.
I will just grab on. If it is solid enough for me to grab onto, I'll try to grab onto it. You know, not too tight. I'm not trying to like squeeze a bottle of toothpaste, but.
Well, it's funny that you put it that way, because when you squeeze back, his flesh basically just kind of glops in between your fingers. It's extremely gooey. It's almost like the consistency of Play-Doh.
I don't know that I would know what else to try other than to just look at my family members and implore them. Just say, do something.
I'm going to. Larry is going to take a piece of metal out and shape in a bowl to start scooping him into the bowl.
All right, go ahead and make a roll to create your bowl.
Alrighty,
your Jace bowl.
Yeah. I'll even, because I like Jace so much, I'll use karma.
Ooh, it's a good thing you did.
Man,
no kidding.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. Whew, I get that out of the way tonight.
So you
Wait,
gotta get that up
Mike
to
Hancock's here. That means I'm gonna roll crappy all night long.
Gotta get a 31.
Yeah. So I'll just take it up there to 31.
Flag has just rested Thalia on the ground to make sure she's okay when he heard Father. It's kind of walking up. That's disgusting.
And Larry, you're actually now actively kind of trying to scoop him into the bowl. Is that what
Yeah, I'm like
understanding?
holding the vessel down on the ground, and like I've grabbed a rock and I've started to scoop him in a little bit.
A rock.
Well, I mean,
That's
you got to make do with what you got.
Jace, you can feel your form kind of rippling a bit, which again is now kind of giving you a little bit more of a sense of, space. As you're scooping Larry, you're kind of pulling him in there, and like the goo is like attached. It's not like you're scooping a little bit in and it's dropping in. It's just like slopping over and just oozing into the bowl. So it's not like separating.
Right.
It's like drinking from a spittoon. It's just one long string.
Yeah.
That's revolting.
What's it smell like?
Well, the good news is if you were warm and fuzzy and you pee, you're not going to really know it. So.
It smells like silly putty.
Man, we had Play-Doh and silly putty all in the same show.
there you go.
That's a very distinctive smell. Well, both of those are very distinctive smells, aren't they? That brings back a childhood trigger right there. I haven't smelled Play-Doh or silly putty in probably decades, but
well, if somebody from the Play-Doh or silly putty company's watching this, please sponsor our video.
Sponsor us.
We'll all get silly putty eggs in the mail next week.
You will get numerous shameless plugs.
Yeah. So as I'm doing this, Larry just goes, stinky.
Do I? Oh, go ahead.
Well, can I use my empathy to see if I can sense his emotional state, if he is in distress or if he seems to be at peace or if he's scared?
Sure.
Okay. Karma. Oh, did I call it in time?
Yeah, I think so. I heard that before it actually finished.
All right, good. Thank goodness for lag. So I rolled a 21.
21 on the Incredible. We got to get that up to a 31, so 10 points. So get you up to a green
right, cool.
at least. Jace, how are you feeling?
Confused, a little worried, or scared, really confused, and I guess a little bit, at least a slight pain from, because you said I was very sensitive to the wind and everything. So I'm feeling a lot. I'm feeling all the feels.
Getting a free massage.
With a rock.
With a rock. I mean, there's people who pay good money for that.
I'm going to put my hand on Larry's shoulder. Gentle. He is in distress.
Okay.
Do I have any, like a bag or anything with something that's a little softer than a rock that I could swap out with him?
At least a polished rock.
Maybe one of the
like a shoe,
the shoulder pads that you've got on are like leather kind of.
Yeah,
shoulder
take one of
pads,
those
yeah.
off and hand that to him.
So he continues to kind of scoop. Maximus kind of comes up at this point and he says, "Is he alive?"
He's alive.
What?
He's alive. What do we do? What do we do?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like this happen before. And Uncle Iroh comes over and he kind of kneels next to the bowl that you guys are scooping him into. And he says, "Jace, if you can hear me, I want you to breathe with the wind. You can feel the breeze, can you not? Take in a deep breath and let it out." And as as you do, it just kind of creates these weird, like, bubbles.
How is he going to breathe without nostrils or a mouth?
Shh. Breathe again. Breathe. Breathe with me. In and out. In and out. Calm your mind. And I want you to think of the boy that you were before.
Can I think of him with a six-pack?
Yes.
Okay.
And make a reason feat.
Reason. Okay. I'm a karma.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I said
thing there too.
that.
Got to get that to a 51.
51. Okay. All right, so I'll do that to get green.
All right,
What
so
happens?
the goo that is in this big bowl, most of it now has all kind of sloughed off into the bowl. And it now is kind of beginning to take like a human shape. And it's like almost like a plant growing at like super speed that is like coming up out of the bowl and forming kind of a misshapen human shape. You almost want to kind of think a little bit kind of like a melted elephant man. Almost like Clayface, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so you now have a little bit of a form. No legs, but the upper torso and head and one really long arm and one really short arm. But you're starting to kind of pull yourself together at this point. Yeah.
Do I see? Can I see anything?
Yes. Yeah. You're as you're doing that, the eyeballs kind of move to roughly where they should be on the face. One's maybe a little lower than the other one. But yeah, you've got vision.
Do I see Griffin, his father?
Yes.
I'm gonna reach out toward him.
Okay.
And I'll probably reach incorrectly at first because my weird eyes, and then I'll and I'm gonna try to grab at his leg and start pulling at him and say, "Father."
Okay. When you do, your arm elongates and wraps around his leg, up his torso, and up to his shoulder. And you're kind of pulling yourself up out of the bowl this way, as the rest of your body, lower extremities now begin to form out of the muck. The rest of you that are watching this, it is incredibly disturbing.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's beautiful. That's my son. All right? I'm right here, okay? I'm right here. I'm going nowhere, okay? You can do this. Focus on my voice. I believe in you. You can do this.
All right, I'm gonna try to focus on his voice.
Okay. That first power that's on your sheet, make another roll on that.
Okay, I'll do karma. Ooh,
there you go.
I didn't need it. I got
right.
red. Yeah.
Spend your chin anyway.
Oh, that's right. What happened?
And when you focus on your father's voice, your body then kind of begins to kind of vibrate a little bit. You guys see it just kind of ripple in front of you as it begins to take the shape of the Jace that you knew. Now, unfortunately, during the chrysalis process, all of the clothes and everything that you were wearing have been completely destroyed, and he is now standing there as naked as the day he was born.
But do I have a six-pack? It's very important.
Wait. Where's the
And he has a six-pack.
Where's the cloak? Who's got the cloak? Who took the cloak? Did Dahlia take the cloak? Who
No,
took
it
the
was
cloak?
it was in there with him.
Oh no! So the cloak is gone.
Cloak is gone.
Oh man.
Cloak
My
man, no
cloak.
more.
I've got like a little bit of a hood of my own, like I kind of like wear over my shoulders. I would
Mhm.
just like no hesitation immediately, like just grab that and like wrap them.
Okay. And
All right.
now that you have fully formed, Jace,
Mhm.
that feeling of the pain and so forth of the wind kind of rippling over your flesh kind of goes away. And for the first time, now you take in a deep breath of Hyboria, and you can breathe normally without your breathing apparatus. And it is like taking in like millions of scents that you have never had before, you know. And it's a little overwhelming, kind of to the point where it makes you a little bit dizzy. But Griffin, you see him take that breath, and I think your immediate instinct is to try to find, you know, the breathing apparatus,
I
and
was
it's
about to literally turn around and ask, like, who has a mask? Who has a mask to?
and that was in the cocoon with him and was also destroyed in the process. So there's nothing left of what went in there with him. But Jace, you kind of get your bearings about you after that breath, take another and another, and it feels right.
I'm gonna look at Griffin and just with eyes starting to water, I'll be like, I can breathe. I can breathe.
How? How is this possible?
It is the Terrigen mists. He has become something more. Something inhuman, like me.
What does that mean? Is he still my son? He's still my son.
He is still your son, yes. But he has become something better than he was before.
So it's cured him in some way of any maladies he had previously.
It seems so, yes. This is quite simply a miracle. I've never seen a gestation process happen this rapidly before. Each of you, the rest of this family unit, you all have displayed powers that are unnatural. Were these powers that you came upon, or were you born with these powers?
I think I was born with them.
Yeah, most of you were pretty much born with them. Some of you kind of came into it when you became like a teenager. I would say,
late bloomers.
yeah, Lopes, you probably didn't have powers until you hit puberty.
Okay.
Usharia had some of those senses very, very early on, like from the crib. But yeah, I mean, most of you guys were born with the powers that you have.
I just don't remember.
And yeah, Larry doesn't remember. He doesn't really even remember being a child.
I would just look at Pyro and go, I would say most of us had some powers that we were born with.
And
They've honed
sorry,
over time.
that was Maximus, by the way.
Oh, that was Maximus.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was speaking of that. So he
Gotcha.
your
Question for you, though.
yes.
The other people that have gone through this transformation, You said it took longer. Did they come out as a goo as well?
No, they did not. But everyone comes out changed in some way. His transformation was certainly shocking. And I suppose over the years I have seen some interesting transformations. But let me ask you, Griffin, you're the father, correct?
Yes.
Your wife, the birth mother, what do you know of her?
It's a great question. I haven't thought of her in a long, long time. What do I think of her?
Well, I mean, she was someone on New Haven that was the child of another, family. She was maybe not directly related to, some of the elders that were there. But you all met, you fell in love. She had powers. And you do recall her saying something of the effect that she had undergone a transformation when she was a teenager. That she came upon those powers as a teenager. She didn't go into a lot of detail about the process of it, but she was not born with the powers. And you just assumed, because that has happened in your own family, that it would have happened in the same manner that, say, Lopes, would have come upon his powers at puberty.
That's exactly what I think.
So if I can, if I have enough control of my legs, I think Jace wants to start walking around smelling everything.
Everything you say. Everything is that's a.
Yeah.
You want to narrow it down a little bit?
Everything around me, I'm gonna love it all except the horse poop. I smell it.
he's going around sniffing everybody's butts.
Maybe not that.
You first have to step out of the bowl that you're standing in.
Make an endurance feat for me, please.
Endurance. All right.
So all he's wearing is a robe thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You are like a newborn foal as you begin to take your first steps. And your legs are literally rubbery. And that if you remember the Monty Python Silly Walk, it's very much like that. But your legs actually stretch to about 6 feet in length with each step.
Okay.
So yeah, this is again very weird as you guys are watching this. And Maximus at this point is now unfazed, and he's zeroed in on Griffin, and he continues to question more about the birth mother. And he says, "You say that she underwent a transformation when she was a child. Roughly, would you say about Jace's age?"
I did say that, yes. And yes, I would suppose that it would be around Jace's age, yes.
And I assume you were not present for this then, correct?
I was not. This happened before we fell in love.
Why do you ask?
What's that?
Why do you ask, Maximus?
Well, this place that you are from, you are not of this world. We have already determined that, just as I am not. From whence did you come?
From New Haven.
This is not a world I am familiar with.
That is what we called it. Perhaps you called it by another name.
Are there others like Jace like myself, have you ever heard the term Inhuman before?
There's other people with powers, but I don't know if it's a term that I'm specifically familiar with.
May I use cosmic awareness to find out if there were Inhumans on New Haven?
Cosmic awareness would not work because that's in a completely different reality.
Okay.
New Haven is not of this universe, not of this cosmos. So trying to do that, no. Now you could kind of search your own memory.
Mm-hmm.
And that would essentially be like a reason feat, probably, unless there's something else that might work. No, it would be a straight reason feat for you.
Okay.
Now, while you were there, I mean, you were able to sense everything around you, and you were aware of that. So I would probably give you a probably +2 column shift on that. So I would roll on the incredible column. 26. I mean, you've heard the term Inhuman, but
Yeah.
in the context that you believe that he is asking, as far as like a race of individuals, you have not heard that. And truthfully, race was really not a thing on New Haven. On New Haven, this was kind of the mantra, is all are one. And it didn't matter how you came upon whatever powers you had, or if you didn't have powers, it didn't matter, because the community at large basically felt we are all the same.
Well, I'll let Maximus know that I've heard the phrase, but I wasn't ever one much for gossip, and we lived as all were one, and made little distinction, but we were aware of powers. Could I use cosmic awareness now to find out if Jace's transformation is essentially complete, or if it was interrupted, if there's anything we can do to facilitate further development, if
Sure.
we're still on that right path?
Yeah.
Okay. And so karma?
Yeah. 56 on the remarkable. To get that to a yellow would be a 66, so 10. Do that.
Okay. I'll do that.
With that, you kind of reach out as far as you can, focusing on Jace, but it certainly pings off of Maximus as well. And you get the feeling from what Maximus has said that they are the same. Maximus and Jace have kind of the same basic, like, DNA structure, for lack of a better way to describe it. But Jace has got a little something extra.
Six-pack.
Six-pack. And you would have to describe that as something that you normally would kind of correlate with Thalia as her spark. It's something that she's just called it, whenever she lights something on fire, it's her spark. But truthfully, each of you, at least the members of the direct family of the Blindfather, have a little bit of that spark. And if you recall, in the aftermath of the attack on New Haven, there was a great phoenix that came out of the Blindfather. And that fire is identical to the fire that Thalia, pulls forth when she lights her spark. But each of you have a bit of that spark inside of you as well. So this is something that certainly sets Jace apart from being just a regular, quote-unquote, inhuman like Maximus.
Is that what Maximus wants?
Does he want the spark?
Yeah, is that the missing thing that he's seeking?
When I said we're focusing on these guys, but you were kind of reaching out, correct? You feel the presence of thousands more individuals like Jace, like Maximus, across this universe. Many of them are centralized on a very, very distant planet from here. But on other planets, there exist others that are like these two. On this planet, there are only the two of them. And this is what Maximus has been waiting for however long he's been here. He's been looking for another of his kind. And now he has it.
Okay. You're not alone in the cosmos, I will tell him. If you're seeking other Inhumans and asking us if we are or know other Inhumans, that's not how we think. That's new in form of thinking for us, but you are alone on this planet together, but not alone in the vast cosmos. Does he already know that?
No, you see a pall kind of form over his face when this revelation is revealed to him. There is a great disappointment in that, knowing that he has been the only one here, but there is a slight bit of joy to know that he has at least found one. And he kind of shakes that off, and he looks at the family in general, and he says, I know we have only been together for a short period of time, just a matter of days. We haven't had the time to speak about what happens now that Jace has undergone his transformation. You have been traveling this world with this barbarian. And Conan gives a grunt. You are traveling to a place called the Savage Land, correct? What are your intentions once you reach that point?
Intentions are to try to get home.
And you would need a ship to do this.
A logical assumption.
I would humbly ask that I accompany you, at least to get off of this godforsaken planet. I've been here for nearly a decade, alone, as you have seen.
You can't get off the planet on your own?
No. I too would need a ship.
You seem capable enough.
Why haven't you got off the planet in the last 10 years? What has kept you here?
There has been no ship. You must have a lead, do you not?
We seem to think so. Just find it odd that over 10 years, you did not find what we found in 2 days.
Do you mean the boy?
No, I mean the possibility of there being a way off the planet.
Trust me, I have tried. There has been none. The Kree, the scientists that I was observing, have been here longer than I have been, conducting their experiments. And I have seen neither hide nor hair of any transport for these individuals to leave the planet, and it is my understanding is that they were here to conduct the experiments until they were a success. And Jace here, I believe, is what they were attempting to do, which was why I was there. Because if anyone was able to transform someone on this planet into an Inhuman, it would have been these Kree.
What are your intentions when you get off planet?
I, like you, seek to go home.
Where is home?
It is a place far, far away from here. I was an envoy to Krakoa from my planet, and the GM is blanking on the name of that planet. I don't know why. I'm highly embarrassed because I am supposed to be the comic book expert, but now I can't think of it.
Well, here, while you're thinking, I'll fill in the dead air here. So I take the bowl and I morph it into a metal chastity belt looking thing for Jace and be like, underwear.
It is a planet called Attilan.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Attilan. Our journey may not take us there.
But your journey hopefully will take you somewhere where I could find other transport. I should hope.
What are your intentions with Jace? Do you plan to try and remove Jace from our family?
That would be very cruel, would it not?
Yes.
And most likely dangerous.
For you.
Quite foolish.
I am not a fool. So no. The boy is your family. He belongs with his family. Oh, Griffin, you're either muted or I didn't hear you.
Which is us.
Yes. As I said, I am not a fool.
So while they say that dramatic thing, can I like take the underwear and like big and sniff it?
Never mind. You can have it. You can take it.
Remember, it was your gooey ass that was in the underwear bowl. So, you know.
But then again, that is definitely my nephew.
At least he's sniffing things and not licking things.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
Dad, I don't see a reason to oppose this.
The only thing that I would request, if you would allow it, is while I am with you, allow me the opportunity to study the boy.
What does that mean? As soon as I just said I don't see a reason to oppose this, what does that mean?
Simply to observe. Because this chrysalis was so abnormal, I simply desire to know why.
We're going to be traveling together. Wouldn't that already just in proximity? What does it mean to observe? You want to perform experiments on my son?
Probe.
Well, no, I don't wish to probe the boy. I simply would perhaps offer some suggestions to test his newfound abilities.
How?
Well, I don't know yet. I don't know what those abilities are. I must observe him first.
You don't go rogue. You run anything that you do by the family.
Understood.
How does Jace feel about this?
Did I hear it all? I was.
I mean, you were a little busy sniffing your underwear.
I'm like, it's okay. It's okay, Dad. As long as just no probing. No probing.
Dad was fingering you earlier.
That's not okay. Honestly, I'm out. I'm out.
I've been holding that one in for a while.
Time for us to have a conversation with Max without consent.
Boundaries.
I see no issue with him coming with us. Perhaps he can help the boy.
At the very least, I can mentor him.
And how can you help us on the journey? It will be arduous. Arduous?
Well, I'm a member of the Inhuman royal family. I have been known to take care of myself.
Like you did getting captured by Thoth-Amun?
Touche.
So I vote we go somewhere that has more clothes. That would be great.
Well, it's not like we have to decide this now. We're not exactly leaving the planet in 10 minutes. So I say we welcome you to our traveling group. Just know full well that the invitation can be rescinded at any point. But I, for one, am excited to have you join us in the hopes that you will help us learn more about our young Jace and his magnificent new physique.
I understand and I appreciate the hospitality.
My appetite is returning.
Which direction were we going again?
Well,
That's a great question.
Uncle Iroh kind of chimes in at this point, and he says, First, let me thank you for the timely rescue. I was unprepared for this attack, and this very well could have meant the end for old Uncle Iroh. What you have done for me this day shall not be forgotten. Unfortunately, my camp was destroyed in the process. I had a few meager belongings, but nothing that I can't live without or find again. Uncle Iroh will be just fine. But I do wish to bestow upon you some parting words, especially to young Thalia here. And to Clag, is it?
Yes.
Both of you have great potential. Usharia, you mentioned something about a spark. Thalia has certainly visibly represented this spark that resides within her, this potential to become a firebender. Clag, you have the wind at your back. Perhaps an airbender is somewhere in your future. But whatever this spark is that is inside Thalia, you all obviously share amongst the members of this family. The fire that burns within you burns brightly, but it is untamed. Like all firebenders, you must learn balance, harmony between strength and compassion. Only then will you understand your true power. Takes a deep breath and he looks about. You guys feel the chill in the air. The seasons do not change without reason. There is a darkness to this frost. Take care, my friends, and may the flames of your spirit keep you warm. And he takes a deep bow, and he begins to walk off into the swamps.
Okay. Jace?
You're more than welcome to join us into the next town.
No. I'll be all right. And so will you. Follow the spark.
Farewell, then.
Bit of an odd fellow.
He was an odd fellow.
Seemed
would
to
have
run
liked
into
to have
quite
sit
a bit of
down-
that.
I would have liked to have sit down with him and have some jasmine tea, but unfortunately we never got the chance.
Probably destroyed in his camp.
Jace says, yeah, he was a really odd fella. And then I'm like, I got something that's a frog looking thing in my hand. I sniff it.
Jace, do you think you can travel in your current state?
Think so. I don't know. How do I feel?
You feel better than you've ever felt in your entire life.
Woo! Can I do a cartwheel? Can I try to do a cartwheel?
Yeah, you certainly can.
All on athletics.
Make an agility feat.
Is he the same size and look as he was before?
Yeah, pretty much the same
You said
size.
when he was walking, they were like 6 feet long steps and stuff.
Yeah,
So he's
but-
like bendy,
but-
stretchy.
Yeah, but he kind of snaps back to his regular size. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Cool.
27.
I think I green.
Yeah. I mean, you do a nice little cartwheel, and end with your arms up in a nice ta-da. And
Do I have pants on?
Okay.
huh?
Do I have pants on?
Yeah.
Did y'all just see what table he rolled that on?
Monstrous.
No, you didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything.
Okay.
When you take the pose at the end, your flesh morphs into like a traveling acrobatic troupe kind of uniform. And you have manifested clothes on yourself.
Nice. I like this. Can I try to imagine some other kind of clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a red and white striped singlet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got to keep that. He's got a little mustache.
So your second power that's down on your list there, roll that.
Okay. Okay. I tipped these karma, but I probably should use up a lot of karma for this. Not for this. All right.
79.
Got a yellow.
What are you imagining?
I'm imagining kind of like a cooler version of the cloak I used to have.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of outfit that looks like I wouldn't know what it is, but it's like if I knew what the game was in this world, like Assassin's Creed kind of.
Okay, all right. So you form this kind of hooded tabard-like thing over top of you, but as you do that, you realize that you can feel it. So, I mean, that is physically a part of you. It's not like you're creating clothes. That is your flesh that is taking that shape and adding the colors that you want to add to it.
All right, cool. Neat.
And when you do,
Gross.
like you're thinking of Cloakman and what your vision of Cloakman would actually look like. So he basically completely transforms into a extremely well-built man in his probably mid-30s with a little bit of stubble on his face.
I'll be like, I'm Cloakman. And start running around.
Well, I can see this is going to be entertaining.
When he forms like the cloak, even though it's his flesh, does he get like, is it warm? Or is it like he's still naked?
Well, it's like he's still naked, yes. So I mean, it's flesh. It is 97.6 degrees. Yeah.
Okay.
Does it keep his other flesh warm?
These are deep
Kind of a
questions.
personal question.
Is my cloak sweat?
If he forms like flesh boots,
Yeah.
and he walk across like, sharp rocks,
That would
like
hurt
he
him.
would regular boots.
It-
Oh, okay,
yeah, it would hurt
okay,
him.
cool.
Yeah.
Does he get
Okay.
chicken skin when he's cold or shivering?
These are questions that will have to be answered probably at a later time.
You'll push him into a cold lake and see if he shrivels up.
Yeah.
You should have kept the underwear on.
Oh.
Well, Conan, at this point, kind of throws his hands up in exasperation. We have wasted enough time on this boy. Let us go.
Agreed.
We must continue the journey.
I agree. We're ready to travel.
I worry for my companion, Red Sonja. So, as you guys kind of exit out of the Purple Lotus Swamp, you go for several hours, probably camp for the night, get up the next morning, continue on, come across a little small town, find some clothes that Jace can actually wear, and not have to worry about, walking around barefoot all the time, and continue your journey. As you press further on to the south, it should be getting warmer, but the weather, that cold weather, worsens, and snow begins to fall, and the wind begins to rise to an almost deafening roar. Your visibility shrinks to mere feet, and you go through this process for about 2 or 3 days, and it's cold now. And Conan, his instincts honed from his countless travels, leads the way with confidence. After a couple of days of travel, it's getting to be kind of late in the evening. Above the howl of the wind, you hear another sound that begins to emerge. Your growls, snarls, and the unmistakable clash of steel. And then a voice, fierce and defiant, cries out in battle. It is a woman's voice. Conan's head snaps up at this, and his eyes narrow, and he says, "That voice. I know that voice. Fanfei!" And he begins to press forward at a full clip in the direction of these growls and shouts.
Conan, let's stick together. Conan!
He is ignoring you, and he is running almost to the edge of your sight, where he's disappearing into the snow.
I will start taking off in that direction.
All right.
I'm right there with him.
So is Cloakman.
As you guys press forward, you crest a hill and see a clearing below. And there, surrounded by a pack of white-furred werewolves, a lone, bald woman stands her ground. Her movements are a blur of precision, and her fists glowing with a golden energy as she strikes out at the beasts. But even her formidable skills are not enough. The pack is closing in as they snarl, promising death. And I've brought the wrong map up. Let me pull the correct map up for you guys. Give me a second. There we go. That's what you see.
Yeah, that is
cool
much
animation.
different.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
I was gonna make a joke about wolves with flatware, and I wasn't completely wrong.
How much is the snow dampening our visibility?
You have about... In this clearing, it's kind of opened up a little bit, so I mean, you can kind of see what's going on there. It's not going to really cause much of a hindrance to your actions, if that's what
Okay.
you're asking about.
I'm asking how clearly I can see, how far I can clearly see with my vision.
Well, with your vision,
Mm-hmm. Because I can see anything within my line of sight for 2 miles.
Yeah.
But depends on how bad the snow is affecting that.
so essentially it's the edge of the map in this particular case.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not as far as what you can normally see, for sure.
Gotcha. But I can see them.
Yeah, you can see them. And I suppose...
I will just holler to Conan. It looks like she's surrounded by 5 beasts.
Yeah, and he's going. He's just going at it. And he's going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Real good.
And where's Fan Fei? There we go. So these werewolves are probably about 9 feet tall, extremely muscular and fierce. And then looking at what we've got here as far as initiative goes, Thalia did very well. Let's see, her bonus is a +3. Lopes, what's your bonus?
Where do I find that?
At the bottom of your phase rip.
Hold on a second. Let me open up my dude again. Where am I? There I am. Is it initiative?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
+1.
Okay.
Larry, where'd your health go?
Jace?
Hmm?
You got a +1.
Yeah, +1.
Usharia?
+4.
Griffin?
+2. 10 +4.
And Larry?
+2. And speaking of health, did I get all my health back when you guys went back in time?
Well, since it's been several days worth of travel at this point, you should be back up to full health.
Okay.
And you missed me, Chris. I'm a +2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where are you at? Where are you at? Oh, there you are. Okay. Alright, so we're going to start at the very top with Thalia. She is going to move. Two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To about right there. Rolling for extra actions. Ooh, yeah, she got that. And she's going to take 3 shots at the wolves that are closest to her. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so amazing. There's 1. And she got a 14 on that one, which misses. 63. And a 57. So a miss and 2 hits. That is going to do 70 points. Ooh, that's a pretty good shot then for Thalia. All right, so she hits 2 of the werewolves, who she hits them like kind of in the back. Each of them kind of howl when they get hit, and their fur lights on fire very close to the impact point. After Thalia, we go to Fan Fei, who also is going to roll for extras. Did not get them. So she's going to be at a disadvantage here. And she takes a strike with her iron fist. Yeah, got a 28, which does hit. She has to make a psyche feat for the damage. $43, so that's a green. So it does incredible. Making short work of that one. Usharia.
I'm gonna move out a little bit to get a better view of this one. And I don't know, potentially I wonder, I'm gonna throw some Viborang action in that direction. And I want, because it's gonna circle around back to me.
Okay, you kind of froze up for a second there. Say that again.
Sorry. I'm gonna throw Viborang at this this wolf to the top left.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's possible I might hit more than one because it is going to circle back around to me.
Gotcha. Okay.
What would you say to that? I'm not going to roll for extra actions.
Okay, so you're going to roll on the amazing column to hit.
Yes.
So
maybe +1.
So here's what I would do, because this is similar to kind of what Captain America does with his sword, right? This will be a power stunt to hit multiple targets. Okay, so you'll spend 100 karma points and call karma, and you want to get a red to succeed. Now, you can still make the attack, and it will hit one of them if it doesn't, if you don't get a red. But I think that's going to be the best way to do that. So roll on the amazing column, call karma, and spend 100 to begin the process of the power stunt.
Okay. I'm going to get a +1 column shift from the cosmic awareness fighting bonus.
Okay.
And call karma.
Oof. Even on the monsters, you can't get it up there to a red. So you can get it up to a yellow. I wouldn't necessarily worry about that. Just spend your 10 because you're not going to succeed. You'll still hit the one. It just won't hit the other one or the other ones that you want it to hit.
Okay.
And how much damage does that do?
Remarkable.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Is that right? Yeah, remarkable.
All right, so it bounces off the one that's kind of closest in the upper left corner up there. Whips around, and I mean, you can see the potential that you might be able to make this happen at some point, but unfortunately, you're going to have to practice just a little bit more to make that right. Now, the way this works mechanically is you can only attempt a power stunt like that once a day.
Alrighty.
Lopes.
Okay, I'm going to... Where am I? There I am. Wait, what am I doing? Sorry. I'm going to run. How close can I get?
You can go 15 squares total.
Okay, let me see if I can make my dude move. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Does diagonally count as 1?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 14, 15. I feel like I could have done that better. Okay, so I did that, and I have got a null blade. Can I throw that, or does it have to be...
It is an extension of your power. So when you let go of the handle,
yeah,
it goes away.
Ah, okay. Okay, in that case, can I use my Zapole?
Yep.
Hey, dude, what's up? I'm going to recommend that Zapol go and obliterate the moon wolf that's closest to me, which is upper left.
Mm-hmm.
To go do his dirty work on that guy because he's trying to hurt a friend of a friend.
All right.
All right, cool. Now, how do I roll this guy?
You should
used
be
it
able
before.
to click on him, double
Yep,
click
got it.
there, and then you should be able to do anything that's on his sheet.
Okay, cool. So he can go out there and use his Posi Blade
Mm-hmm.
to do some searing heat damage in a cold environment.
All right.
Karma? I can use Karma on him, right?
Yep.
Oh, he didn't have Karma.
It's your karma that you're
All right.
using. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to call Karma.
Ooh, 97.
Well, that was a waste.
Spend 10.
Yep. Cool.
And
that does, I think, incredible damage.
yep. I'm going to
Yep.
roll endurance for him because that's a potential kill. 98.
Oops.
He's not dead, for sure.
I don't want him to be dead, do I?
How much damage does that do?
Incredible.
Okay.
Do I need to roll it?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I can't remember how that works.
And then you, Lopes, still have one action.
Oh, I still have an action.
Mhm.
All right, then. Where is it? I thought I had, like, plasma generation. I do. Is that, like, a
It's like
ranged
like
weapon?
an eye beam. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I want to try and zap the other moon wolf in the bottom left. The one
Okay.
that's already hurting.
All right.
So I'm going to try and whack that dude with my plasma generation. And I will go ahead and call Karma on that too.
Okay.
And it's a good thing.
And 28 on incredible. Got to get that up to a 31. So 10 points will get you there.
Okay, cool.
And then how much damage does that do?
That does incredible.
Okay. He's rolling
Guess I
endurance. All right. He's not dying, but he is out.
Okay. And I meant to yell out to Conan, are we protecting her or are we friends of the werewolves? But I assume that he wants to, like, protect her.
Protect the woman.
Alright, good deal. I thought so.
Yep. Griffin.
Does Jace not go before me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I accidentally skipped Jace. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. We got to see what this kid can do.
Well, he feels invincible right now. And he loves the snow. It's the first time he can breathe it in. And so I'm going to rush over there towards probably the injured werewolf, I guess. Unless Clag is waving me on. I saw you moving your arms up and down. But are you doing that?
No, that was just you making snow angels.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna rush towards maybe the one that's injured, or two injured.
Yeah, there's two
What?
injured. This one up here in the upper left and the lower right.
The lower right one. I don't know how far I can get. I'm assuming I can't get that far.
It'd be 15 squares for you. Now, if you want to try a power stunt this early, you probably could with your malleability. You could attempt to go further by stretching your legs far enough to get you where you want to go.
How's that work? What if I want to do a power feat? Is that something like you have to do it multiple times and you can do it like more after a while?
Right.
Okay.
So it'd be 100 karma points off the bat, and then call karma, and your first attempt would have to get you to a red to succeed.
Okay. Why not? It'll be useful to have in the long run if I can learn how to do it. In the long run. Okay.
That's what we're going to call the power stunt, is the long run.
So what do I roll again? Malleability?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
And karma. And let's hope I roll. All right, come on, please. It's not bad.
Hey, there you go.
75,
You
yeah.
just got to get it up to the
Nice.
red. So on the incredible, you got to get it to a 91.
Okay.
So much carve.
And then so that will certainly get you where you want to go. You want to go up to the one in the upper left or the lower right?
Whichever one's closer, I can
Right.
reach.
Yeah, so upper left. All right, so you stretch your legs out as far as they'll go, and in about basically 3 steps, you get there.
Whoa!
All right, cool. Do I have any actions? Can I still attack?
Yeah, no, you can still attack. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've always been, and I'm gonna jump on that guy's back and just try to wrap my arms around its neck, the wolf, I guess, and try to choke it.
Okay.
By grappling. Is that cool?
Yep.
right.
And for your malleability, so instead of rolling strength, you're going to roll malleability anytime you're doing grappling.
Oh, can I use my wrestling martial arts? no?
Yes. And I think, yeah, we probably need to adjust that because I don't think I made the switch there. So that gives you a +2 column shift. So incredible, amazing. That brings you up to monstrous.
All right, cool. All right. Karma. Okay, so that's a green.
Oh, no, hold on. That brings it up to unearthly. It does.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we shift that up to an unearthly from the monstrous column, it's probably still a green, but 36. Ooh, it might. Yeah, it's still a green. So
how much would I need to tip it over to yellow?
46. So just
well, yeah, might as well. I gotta spend 10 anyway, right?
Yep.
So, just using a lot of my karma, but all right, cool. And then so
you've got them in a partial, and then your damage is going to be amazing because it's +1 column shift from your incredible malleability.
Okay.
Do me a favor when we get done tonight, just send me a text and remind me to make those adjustments on your sheet because I forgot to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. So amazing. All right, cool. I guess I'll say karma. I'm really low on karma. I'll say karma. This is my first thing, so.
What are you calling karma for?
Oh, the damage. Never. I don't do that for damage. Never mind. I forgot. That's right.
Yeah.
There's no variables in damage in this game. Okay, cool. All right. What's that do to it?
All right. So we're gonna roll endurance for him. Got 48, and he, you basically kind of wrap around him, get up around the maw of the creature, and basically just kind of snuff him out, and he goes down.
All right. As he goes down, I'll go sniff it.
That does not smell good.
Mistake.
All right, Griffin.
All right. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's not very far. How far can my flail spear reach?
Definitely that far for sure. Yeah.
I can reach that guy.
I think so. Let me see. I think you've got an area range, so 5 squares away from you. 1, 2, yeah. So he's probably still a little bit out of reach. Now, I mean, if you just threw it at him.
Well, I could detach my arm
Mm-hmm.
to move it a little bit closer.
Yep.
To extend my reach a little bit.
Yep.
And then just fire it.
Yep.
So I suppose that is what I would like to do.
Okay.
I would like to, and while I'm at it, you listen. I might as well use a little bit of gravity while I'm at it, and you just make my arm kind of go upwards instead of just directly straight
Mm-hmm.
at the werewolf. Make my arm go up a little bit, and then shoot it down towards the werewolf.
Okay.
These things matter. Angles, gravity. What would you like me to do?
I mean, really, I think that's just an attack with the flail spear. You're just, doing it remotely.
Perfect. All right, then I will call Karma.
44 is going to be a hit. And that does amazing or
Amazing.
incredible?
Amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should have given these guys body armor. Larry.
Oh, I never rolled for extra actions.
You did not.
That's right.
I'm gonna roll for extractions.
Okay.
Let's see. I forgot what do I roll?
Fighting.
Fighting. That's right. 77.
Okay. Yep. That gets you 1 extra action.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna move first and try to go my 15 just to get closer here. It's there. Oh, my guy didn't move. There we go. And as I'm moving, I'm gonna pull a nail from where I keep the nail gun nails, and I'm gonna elongate it as a giant spear and throw it at that dude closest to me that's got a little bit of health left. See if I can take him down.
Yeah. Can you add mass? I don't think you can add mass.
Oh. Even if I elongate it, so it's okay.
I mean, if you elongate it and make it like super thin.
Right. But that actually may be all it needs. Well, I'll just take my nail gun and change that into a sphere.
Okay.
And see if I can't hit that guy. I can always change it back.
Why don't you just shoot him with the nail gun?
Well, yeah.
Because I think that would do more damage than throwing a metal ball
Let's
at him.
see.
No, I mean, not to.
Remarkable over incredible. Yeah. Okay. So karma on that one.
Because by throwing it at him, you're only going to be doing your strength damage plus 1 column shift.
Right.
So
right.
it would be excellent damage if you hit.
Yeah. Nope. Now that I look at it, I can see what you're saying. Alrighty. Let's see. So incredible karma. Oh. Whew.
Just in the nick of time.
Karma.
So on incredible, you got to get that up to a 31.
Yeah. So.
And you're going after the guy in the bottom right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like the visual that you tried like 17 different things and we're just like, back to the original.
Just shoot him. Okay, and then that was incredible. So do I?
All right. Yeah, you light him up with nails, and he goes down.
Yay. Okay, I'm gonna reserve my last action here.
Okay. Clag. These poor wolves haven't even been able to go yet.
I guess you could say they bit off more than they could chew.
And Clint, you're muted.
You're right, I am. Clegg, you hear him under his breath go, little shit trying to steal my thunder. And well, if I can get to move right. Okay, why is he going that way? That's weird. Basically, I want to move him up. Controls. He was right here.
You're on the measuring tool. That's why.
Yeah, I know, and it won't go off.
Huh. All right. Well, he was there.
Yeah, but move him up to where he is about 60 feet away from that back wolf and jump and hyper leap at him.
To this one?
To this one back here.
Okay.
And that is... I will be calling Karma. $62. That is on the incredible 62. I'll leave it at a yellow. I'll spend the 30
Okay.
to get it up. And that will do monstrous damage at that range.
All right. That's all right. There we go. And it was a yellow, right? So that's a potential
Correct.
slam, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It does slam him, and it throws him back into the trees, back into there. And he's out. He's out. He's the one that just got thrown into the trees. All right, so he hits the tree, bounds off, and then leaps back in your direction, Clag.
Gotcha.
And makes an attack with his claws. Got a 46 to hit. And does 30 points of damage.
And with my... I can absorb 30 points of that.
And then he takes another swipe, getting a 83 to hit, which does another 30 points of damage.
Is that something that is... my energy sponge is... I can... Well, it says energy.
Yeah, energy, right.
Yeah, but I can turn also my reflection. Sorry, my reflection turns an attack back on somebody. But I have to roll for that.
Yes.
Gotcha, and I don't have any reaction, so yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I just absorbed 10 of that then with my body armor.
All right.
So I took 40 points of damage.
And Conan. All of you guys ended up rushing in. And he can get to about right there. And he says, "Leave some for me." And he is going to take his dagger and launch that at the nearest one to him. Got a green to hit. And it's going to be to this guy right here. How much damage does that do? Excellent damage. And that one got hit by the knife, leaps over Jace and pole towards his attacker of Conan. Takes a swipe at him with his claws, getting a 41 to hit, which does 30 points of damage. I think he's going to take a little bit. Cuts him across his chest. And then we're back to Thalia. Thalia is going to move up next to Larry. And is going to use her kinetic control as a push. Got a 12. Towards that werewolf, and unfortunately misses, does not hit. Fan Fei joins Clag against the werewolf that he's fighting. Takes a strike. Got a 7.
Lord.
And misses. Usharia, it's your turn.
How far can I go?
15 squares total.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just going to move up a little bit. I think that's here, so that I can get a clear line on that wolf next to Conan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll vibrang again, but this time an overhand so that I can get right between whoever that is.
Lopes.
Is that Lopes or the
Mm-hmm.
pole and Conan?
Mm-hmm.
So that is, I think, amazing. Amazing +1, and I'll call Karma. Oops.
Well, both of those are yellows, so we'll take the first one there at a 63. And you did call Karma.
Yes.
If you want to get it to a red, it's an 86.
Sure.
So that's a possible stun. And he got a 20. So he is stunned for 6 rounds.
Okay.
All right.
And I gave Lopes a close haircut.
All right, Lopes.
Let's see. So if he's stunned, he's like, we don't have to worry about him, right?
For the moment.
No. Okay. In that case, I'm going to, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. I'm gonna move. I'll let Conan take care of that guy. I'm gonna go up here to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do some damage to him. Using my Null Blade. I'm gonna try and poke him with it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna call Karma. And I'm glad I did.
It's still a green with a 19.
Yeah.
46 is what you got to get it to a yellow.
So I got to go. Use 27. Spend 27. I'll do it.
Ooh, he got a 100 on his endurance.
Oh, great
He's
grief.
not stunned, but how much damage?
It is amazing damage.
All right. Took him down, but he's still up.
That's okay. Nobody else was hitting him, so.
Excuse you?
Took him down, but he's still up. You took his health down considerably, but he is still standing. How about that?
I like it.
You did amazing damage to him. I did monstrous to him.
Well, I'm talking about Fanfei, the lady we're saving.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. She went over there and was like, "You look hot," and started wafting like a fan at him.
Do not insult Clag's pride.
Jace.
With wrestling, what options do I have? Is it like a holds? Can I throw? You know?
Suplex.
Well, you have to grapple them first.
Yeah,
And then do a throw. Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna
Okay.
try to throw them. So all right.
That'll be 2 actions. So, do you want to roll for extras?
Oh, is it 2 actions?
Mhm.
How do you roll for extras? How's that work?
Fighting.
Sure, why not? Let's find out.
There you go. And
All right.
So that would get you an extra action. So 2 actions.
All right. So I'll run up there and wherever and just try to grapple. So wrestling, what'd you say it was? Because I know, do I need to roll?
Yes.
I mean, what,
Yeah,
It's amazing, right?
your wrestling talent. Yeah.
okay. Yellow.
Yellow. All right. So that is a partial. So you have a hold of him.
And then I'm gonna
Not
roll
sure.
him.
Not sure if it matters, but you had mentioned that the wrestling is supposed to be column shifted over to. I think you said unearthly. Not I don't know if that
Oh,
makes a
is-
difference on
tied
that
to my-
82.
It might. So what you got? 82.
A2.
Still a yellow,
Okay.
but just 10 points to get it up to a red. So it's a full. Or well, you didn't call karma though, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yep. Still.
I'm really low on karma.
Yellow.
And so I'm going to throw him then.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw him. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to throw him into. I'll just throw him into a tree or something.
All right.
And so the damage would be plus 1 column shift to what? Strength or is it my wrestling?
Well, you're gonna roll
Oh yeah, I gotta roll again.
the wrestling again. Yeah.
And it's unearthly, right? Because
Yep.
it's tied. It's bonus to my power. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say karma just in case here. Otherwise, all for will be not. Well, it's a good thing it did.
Just
10
like
points gets it to the
10
green.
points will get you. Yeah. All right. So you grab hold of him, wrap your arm around him, and then whip him, and like your arm just unfurls as you throw him into the tree over here,
Whip it.
and he goes down.
Alrighty. Nice. Leave us alone.
And then comes to Griffin. Now, all of them are unconscious at this point. One of them is just kind of down for, about a minute or so. He's not as hurt as the other ones. That's this guy right here.
Listen, a minute. We need more than a minute. There's gonna be like a whole reunion and things. You can't have a werewolf getting up and interrupting a reunion. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm just gonna run up next to this werewolf, and as that's happening, my arm is like chasing me with my flail spear. It's like retracting back into its flail spear, and the arm is like coming back and attaching. And just as it attaches back, I just bring it right down onto the werewolf's head.
All right.
You know, it's really low stakes. I'm not gonna call karma. I'm just gonna roll.
That'll hit. And how much
That'll hit.
damage?
Amazing damage.
All right. Roll another endurance for him. He's out for another round. But at this point, the battlefield kind of falls silent as the snow continues to fall around you. The bald woman that stands in front of you, it looks like she had taken a little bit of damage already from these things before you guys had actually gotten there. But she kind of catches her breath and walks towards Conan and offers her hand, and they both grasp forearms and shake heartily. And Fan Fei, as he called her, says, Conan, you have my gratitude. This family, this group that you have brought with you. I don't know if I would have been able to have fended off these werewolves myself, but your presence here was certainly timely. But speaking of time, there is no time to waste. Our friend, Red Sonja, has been taken by a feral man known as Romulus, the leader of these beasts, and I fear he plans to use her to draw you to him. And I fear what he intends once he has both of you within his grasp. Come, my camp is not too far from here. We shall regroup, and I will tell you the tales of Romulus. And since it's so close to 10 o'clock, I think we'll leave that as our cliffhanger for next episode. Karma for you guys on this one. You are going to be looking at 120 for tonight. And with that, we'll draw tonight's session to a close. Thank you, everybody that was watching on Twitch tonight. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for joining us this evening. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.